Hi everyone, welcome to another What's Next video here in North County, San Diego, California. And my name is Ricky. This is a What's Next channel. What's next is what's next. What's over is over, except for these things. They never get over. And they don't get old either. They're really old and they're going to stay that way. And what it is right now is the middle part between over and what's next is living in the moment. And that's what I'm doing right now. This is the root burl that was on my last burl videos. It was the rock eating, or it's eating a rock, or it eats rocks, however you want to make light of that. It is a very interesting root burl, very, very old. And I finished with this one for now. I'm sure I'll go back to it and do a little bit more touching it up, but I think I'm kind of done with it. I've had hours and hours. It has consumed a lot of my time. But it is quite unique. I think it's a very pretty piece of old wood. I'm trying to find the face that I think is most telling on that thing. Yeah, I think it's like this. I think when you hold it at the camera, something like this. It has that unique face that looks like it's eating a rock. Yeah, let's see if I can get that in there. There we go. It's eating a rock. So that is the rock chewing it's eating a rock root burl. And I'm done with this one. This will be next. I like the little ones only because they are easy to hold in your hand. I've got a set of these things. They're kind of therapeutic. So this is what's next for these. I have several to do. I'm going to stay away from the big ones for right now. They consume hours and hours, and they're more for table settings and be shown in a studio or something like that than they are to be held and looked at like these. So I think these are a little bit more personable and a little bit more fun to work with. So this is what I'm going to kind of work on until I get these done. I've got several of these to work on. So having said that, I also want you to take a look at what I've done in my garden. So this is me working on that, getting the Tahitian squash out of the garden and weighed and all of that sort of stuff. So I started off by looking at how many I had, which was tremendous. I had all of these Tahitian squash all up and down the hill, especially going up that hill and getting them off that hill. That was a little bit of a challenge. So once I got myself in a groove for that, I set up the camera and I just kind of did a time-lapse deal. And it was me getting all of those things in a pile and then moving them into the garage. And I did a little time lapse on that, as you see that going on. And once I got all of those Tahitian squash in the garage, and I weighed them out, and I was amazed. 2 Tahitian squash plants. That's just 2 plants. Was 189 pounds. I think it was 189. I think that's coming up there. If it's wrong, then I'll text my correction there, but I remember that saying 189 pounds. I'm going, holy moly, that was a lot of squash for 2 plants. So I think if you were a little home gardener, and you're only going to be gardening for like maybe yourself, and I was thinking maybe it would be great at the farmer's market, it's a lot of squash for one squash to try to deal with like that. You could probably chop it up and freeze it. Well, it lasts a long time. You can keep them a long time. Look up the Tahitian squash, and they last a long time. But anyway, maybe you could grow one plant and train it and just grow 1 or 2 of them. I think they would be fine, but they do give you a lot of vegetable, a lot of bang for the buck. So that's the Tahitian squash story. Now we're going to be planting potatoes, some little strange potatoes that are all sprouted out. Now I don't know what I'm going to get out of them, but my friend had asked me, would I like to try them? So I said, okay, let's do that. So we're going to put these potatoes in the ground, and you see these are really old and odd looking. I know this is a Peruvian purple, and that will be a real pretty, those are really tasty potatoes. They're real low in the glycemic level as far as that kind of thing with carbohydrates. But that will be there, and those are other, she believes they're a russet, but they're a tiny miniature russet or something like that. I don't know. We'll find out whenever I get these things out of the ground. So I right now have the ground all prepared, and as you can see, I've been in there. I took a spade to it and I dug it up, and I watered it. Now I can get it down to about 6 inches. That's about as deep as I can get that shovel down. Well, that'll be okay for the roots to get into, but not too much more for the potatoes. So I'm going to put the little seedlings on the top, and then I'm going to go put dirt on that, and then straw, which you can see there. I've got a big bale of straw. That'll be all over that. But I also want to put in my garlic. So this little long row right there that you're looking at is where my garlic is going to go today. Maybe today or tomorrow. If I get this video out, it was today. If I don't get it out today, it would have been tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I have to go to town tomorrow, but let's start today, at least get that part of the bed going. And I'm going to be putting in just a few garlic. I'm not going to grow a whole lot. They don't go anywhere but for me. And when I grow my basil, I make pesto, which lasts me all year long. So those are my kind of things that I grow besides peppers. And I think that'll kind of be the end of this video. It's going to be kind of long as it is. And anyway, I do appreciate all of my new subscribers, all the people who've decided to come along with me in my 70s and enjoy the ride for this new, whatever it might be, for hopefully a wonderful what's next coming up. And we'll see how that all goes, along with whatever you guys might want to comment on. I'll be happy to answer any of your questions as well. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.